everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm out in my garden and it's shed painting day, and I wanted to show you what my shed looked like before I start painting so that you know what I'm starting with. In my earlier video I'd asked for suggestions on paint colors for my shed, and I got lots of beautiful lovely suggestions, and I actually went and picked a couple of colors that I will be using on the shed today, and I'll show you those colors when they're on. And I'm excited to kind of get this project underway and paint the shed. It's been on my project list for quite some time, and I really wanted to transform it. As you can see, I've been playing with different colors here, just with paints that I had inside, and trying to decide what color I'm going to paint it. So I've picked a beautiful teal color for the shed, and for the door I have a beautiful lapis blue. So that is the plan right now to paint the shed. I will see once the color goes on how I feel about it, but I think they will be nice colors for the shed because they will make it very vibrant and beautiful. And I kind of wanted to go with something more fun as opposed to safe, and that's just what I wanted to do with the shed. So I'm going to get started painting. So what I did yesterday was I scrubbed down the entire shed with soap and water just to remove any surface dirt, so it's ready for painting today. It's a nice beautiful hot sunny day, I'm ready for this project. Here's my little companion. I don't know how long he's gonna last in the heat, but he's here for the start, and maybe he'll be back for the finish. So again, I'm going to start working on it and start painting. It's so exciting to look at the before of something and then work on transforming it and seeing what it's going to look like after I'm done painting. So the roof, the top of the roof, I think I won't paint it because it's going to be very hard for me to access the middle. I mean, the edges I could access, but the middle is going to be very challenging. I tried cleaning the roof yesterday. I used a long mop for that, but I think that's the extent I will go for the roof, because you really can't see the roof unless you have an aerial view, which I won't ever have in this garden. So all the surfaces that I can see, I'm going to paint them, and I'll show you what it looks like once it's done, and maybe as I'm painting as well, I'll show you what it's going to look like. So I want to show you the color that I'm using for the shed. This is called Jet Set Teal. It's by Premier Paints, and this is the one that I purchased at Canadian Tire, which is a local hardware store here in Canada. And this is the color that I picked. Isn't that gorgeous? It's a beautiful teal, turquoise teal, which I love, and I hope it looks good on the shed. So we'll see how that looks on the shed, but I'm going to start painting with this color, and I'll show you what it looks like as I progress. Beautiful color. To take a pause and show you what it's looking like right now. I am in love with this turquoise color. It's actually I was a little bit worried when I picked it that it was going to be too green and not turquoise enough, but I think it's the right amount of turquoise and the right amount of that blue-green color that I was looking for. And I'm really excited as I'm painting this. This is just the first coat that went on, and it has really good coverage, the paint, so I'm really thrilled. Very excited to paint the door and with the accent color and see how this is going to look. I'm going to finish painting the rest of the walls, this turquoise, and then I'm going to paint the accent color, and I'll show you when I'm doing that so you can see the contrast. I don't know if in all the sunshine you're able to see the color well, but it's beautiful, and I'll show you in different lighting as the day progresses and as I go further in my project here. But it's been so rewarding and so exciting to do this today. I'm so glad I decided to paint today. It's a beautiful day with a slight breeze, so it's perfect working weather, and the paint should dry up in no time, and then I should be able to put on a second coat on it. So I'm going to keep going. Lots of work ahead of me, so just wanted to show you what the color was looking like as I put on the first coat on the front only. As I'm painting, I see this beautiful monarch just dancing in my garden, and it's actually going after the milkweed. I just wanted to take a pause and show you. So pretty. It's really feeding on this milkweed, and this is why it's so important to have this plant in your garden. If this has volunteered in my garden and I'm just gonna leave it, because that's the whole point of the garden, right? It's for our pollinators. It's to encourage them to come into your garden and to provide that safe space and source for them to feed on. So really excited to have this plant. I hope it lays its eggs here and we have babies and you know, caterpillars, and it's gonna be fun to watch this. So really excited. This is a beautiful pause in between all my painting, and yeah, it's so pretty to watch this. I don't know if you can catch it in the sunshine, but it is just so pretty to see that. Gorgeous. All right, back to work now, and I'm gonna let this one be and enjoy the nectar. It's so pretty. And a beautiful indeed, a beautiful pause from whatever I was doing there. So pretty. Standing across the wall, this is what the shed is looking like right now. Love the color, it's beautiful. Just a bit unsure about the roof still, because I think it'll look good painted, but it's gonna be very hard to get in the center of it. I could probably get to about a foot of it, but in the middle is going to be the challenge. So I'm gonna have to see, but I don't mind the white with the turquoise. It's actually looking nice. And I might do the darker blue on the edging of the roof and just leave it. We'll see how this looks once I'm done, and if I need to do anything to the roof. But for now, I'm gonna leave it, and we'll see what happens with this. So I'm all done painting the shed, and I really like it. I wasn't sure initially about the contrasting blues, but I think the more I look at it now, I do love it. I love how it looks, and I think with all the plants and flowers, it's going to look amazing, especially with all the pops of pinks and yellows and all kinds of colors. So I like how it turned out. I actually ended up painting the door and the top of the roof. It's a lapis blue color, and then the rest of it is a teal turquoise color. So really love how it turned out, and I love that it took me a really long time to paint this. I started at 10 in the morning and I finished around 5 o'clock in the evening. So it took me longer than I thought it would take me, especially because I had to go over it again, do a couple of coats, wait for it to dry a bit in between. But I think it turned out really good. Let me know in comments what you guys think about this new shed and the transformation that it went through. You know, if you like these colors, let me know in comments below. I'm loving them. I think it's the first reaction for me was it's going to take a little bit of time to get used to this pop of color in the garden, because it was white for so long in this corner, and now it's suddenly very bright. But I think overall it's a beautiful addition. Like a little bit of paint and elbow grease, like I think just helped transform this into something very tropical and beautiful, and I love how it looks. I think it's as flowers bloom, as things happen around here, I think it's going to look really nice. So the paint is still drying a little bit, and I am very happy tired right now, but I wanted to show you the end result and what it looks like, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching it. Maybe it inspires you to get a can of paint and paint your shed too, because I think for me it was just it felt like it was going to be a lot of work, but actually when I got down to doing it, it was enjoyable. But I think it was more than what I thought it would be, because the doors took me the longest time to paint, because it was a lot of those edges and the frame of the door, so it took a long time for the door. The walls were not as bad as the door. So get out there, maybe get a can of paint and transform something in your garden and with some color, and it's just really nice to do that and adds a different vibe in the garden. And on that note, I hope everyone is having a fabulous day wherever you're joining me from, and thank you so much for following my channel. And if you're new, do consider subscribing as I post about all things gardening and plants. Thanks again for watching.